provides for a more responsive and accountable local government structure instituted through a system of decentralization. Local government units were given more powers and authorities, responsibilities, and resources for eventual local autonomy and self-reliance. The challenge to local government officials to hone skills in and on formulation and implementation of innovative approaches to bring public service closer to the people. The multitudinal problems that beset our local government unit in the initial stage of decentralization had left the local chief executives feeling hopeless to continue their governance functions with meager finances to use. Decentralization resulted in a devolution of functions, but not of funds. There are many functions left in the hands of the local government units to continue, a challenge and a tall order for most, especially struggling ones. In short, decentralization, through giving so much power to local government units, had with it an accompanying responsibility that used to be the concern of our national government. The LGUs, or the local government unit, experimented with the power and responsibility they possess, considering the diversity of conditions at the level of development locally. This resulted in deepening of a more mature management service delivery, considered as a crucial goal of LGU to undertake. A milestone in governance suggesting internalization of the purpose of local governance as initiated by our local government code. The logical direction to take as the LGUs continue to reach milestone is for the national government agency to redesign their working relationship with the local government unit, assisting them until institutionalization of various programs evolved with the local government unit. In 1992 to 2010, decentralization has empowered a number of tangible improvements in our local government. Redesigning a working relationship between the local government units and NGA until the institutionalization of various programs involved in local government unit was thus achieved. For more than 2 decades, decentralization has spawned a number of tangible improvements in our local government. The big question, however, was where have these good practices been continuing after it has been acknowledged and awarded? Have there been improvements from awarding until this time? This paper shall discuss a municipality's initiative to bring public service closer to the people in an advent of decentralization. This municipality is located in one of our provinces in the island of Panay. Forces of change in the delivery of public service. The state of readiness of target constituents. Experiences in LGUs in the province of Panay show that success of any initiative to effect an efficient delivery of public service is primarily conditioned by the state of readiness of target constituencies. State of readiness of LGU's constituencies is looked as a term of being in a state of preparedness to participate in any activity because they fully understand its purpose and consequences. The state of readiness is developed through proper communication and information dissemination. Therefore, prior to any activity, there must be a venue for information sharing, issue clarification, and commitment giving. Once this is achieved, the activity would involve a rewarding people's full support and is gained because they would consider their cooperation as a source of strength and comfort for each other. Meaningful information education campaign initiates awareness, then understanding, and ultimately in-depth knowledge of the innovations introduced. Reaching to this point, we assure sustainability of the project despite less financial support. A strong leadership and desire to be self-reliant are other factors to note. Leadership, frequently described as the most discussed yet least understood aspect of management. A strong leadership skill are essential in motivating and adapting a team when changes come along. A good leader should provide inspiration in the face of high-pressure situation and adversity. A strong leader, vis-a-vis a strong local chief executive, gives confidence to the constituencies. Once the essential components of a good team is that they trust their leader. And a strong leadership skill are essential for gaining the trust. Team members look up to their leaders to lead them to deliver their goals and promises. Community involvement and household-based support are seal of success of the public service delivery. Community involvement is taken to mean making a difference in many ways than one. Making the community a part of the program intended for it, with the local government unit officials on the supervisory end of the activity. It is a shift from the normal paradigm of doing things. To accomplish this, the local chief executive has to deliver the culture of service among people. The community authentics desire to make meaningful social impact that fulfill the real community values is a must. This is the heart of all community involvement initiatives. Household-based support is really important considering that it is a basic unit of the society and is focus of all government efforts. These factors changes are found in the fourth-class municipality of the province in Panay, which is the Lawaan municipality. The Lawaan experience is one of the good examples how a leader struggles to serve his constituency despite his belonging to a political party different from that of the municipal council. Naturally, there are objections encountered from him from every program initiated. But he tried to overcome all this by working with only one goal in mind, to bring public service closer to the people. This is the municipality of our study. The municipality of Lawaan is situated in the province of Antique, Region 6 in the Philippines. It has a population of 23,800 and as of 2007. It is politically divided into 40 barangays, 12 of which are located in a coastal area. Lawaan is partially urban municipality with a total land area of 10,072 hectares, located in the central part of Antique and is 55.10 kilometers away from San Jose. The leading commodities of the municipality of Lawaan are muscovado sugar, corn, palay, peanuts and singkamas, abaca, and bananas. The innovative practices in the delivery of public service is constrained by a deficient monitoring and evaluation of programs initiated and implemented. There is no organized formal self-assessment, mid-assessment, or final assessment of the programs and successes, and that they are only gauged through popular feedback. Just the same, some things have been done at the level of the local government unit, and some changes are seen and felt. In the environment, working on the preservation of environmental resources of the municipality resulted in the number of good practices that the municipality of Lawan takes pride. The inherent mountainous part of Lawan is vulnerable to deforestation, and indeed it suffered such way back in 1970s. The national program to curb further destruction, such as reforestation, social forestry, and community agroforestry, had been introduced, but there was a complacent implementation. It appeared that the people are in a state of social unpreparedness. There is no common bond, no community capability building, and definitely no institutionalization. The introduction of the integrated social forestry by the national government developed pay-oriented among people. They see no long-term benefits from the program. They initially believed that the tree planted will benefit only the government, but not them. In 2010, although initiative from the local government executive, the upland dwellers met a dialogue and had a consultative meeting, and from there rose a hurting reality that they have no capacity to be productive. There is no question of permanence, since a lot of them are migrating with a goal in mind to probably improve their lot somewhere, somehow. The government introduced the Abaca or banana planting program. The incentive of the planters is a fee of 1,000 pesos for every 1,000 suckers planted. The money came from the allocation from each of the 40 barangays and LGU fund. To assure sustainability of planting materials, each barangay was required to have a nursery on the scheme of nursery, no project payroll. The barangay people manning the nursery will be paid 200 pesos a day, which means 40 suckers at 5 pesos per sucker. To date, there is only 75% accomplishment because of the economic crisis that has affected our whole sector. Another project was a community-based forestry project, the implementation of which is again constrained by the requirement of the Forest Management Plan and Forest Land Use. The community-based forestry project targeted 10 of the 40 barangays of the municipality, covering 1,900 hectares. For this project, the German Technical Cooperation is willing to give 6 million pesos grant to include mangrove management. The plan was to come up with our Department of Environment and Natural Resources, our local government unit, our people's organization, and our indigent people's program. Unfortunately, this did not materialize because the Sangguniang Bayan will not approve the partnership, thinking that the money is a loan and repayment will be handed down to the next local chief executive. This is quite unfortunate because the program was anticipated by many whose state of readiness was already high because of the massive information education campaign. The continuing information campaign for the upland embodied in the Upland Farmers and Environmentalist Summit, which is conducted annually. The agreement between the local government unit and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources could not be forged. On the people's organization side, they will be stewards of the forest through a usufruct agreement with the local government unit. They even organize themselves and call them Bantay Gubat, or guardian of the forest. The local government unit will provide for the planting materials and maintenance costs for a family-based multi-sectoral forest protection council, which is composed of 2 barangays per council. Again, the absence of legislative support, despite the massive information education campaign, which resulted in the empowerment of the people, resulted in the non-implementation of the project. However, our local chief